Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Slime Show. We're back again here today. We're talking about Team Affinity Stage 2. It dropped yesterday. It brought some absolute heat. MLB The Show 21. Lots of good cards. So in this video, we're going to break down my process through grinding through Team Affinity 2 as a no money spent player, what I'm going to be doing, and what my plan is to complete it quickly. I think we're going to be able to knock it out really quick if we're focused on it. But out the gate here, looking at Team Affinity, we don't have a ton of progress yet, but this is just in a couple hours of playing yesterday. We were able to get all this progress already. Now, of course, there are multiple ways to go about it. When we look through the reward path as well, we're getting all these Diamond Legends and flashbacks. These packs are pretty sick. Tons of cool player. We're getting the packs as long as we go as well. And we're getting, of course, the main packs here for the AL East. We got Cal Ripken, Jimmy Fox, Luke Eric, McClanahan, and Jordan Groshez. We'll have another video coming out later on the channel where I'm going to be ranking all 30 Team Affinity 2 cards so you can get an idea of which ones you should be grinding for. But, of course, we keep going. We have tons of packs, tons of rewards, tons of little juicy goodies for playing the game here with Team Affinity. When we look at the missions as well, there are some new things here. So to note, instead of innings like we had in Team Affinity 1, it's now plate appearances. And we have these online repeatable ones as well. So hits, extra base hits, and strikeouts. So if you're playing online, you'll be even doubly rewarded. Those get 4 apiece, plus the plate appearances. And then, of course, we have all of our player missions like usual. We have our moments back again. I've knocked out all those already. Honestly, they're not that rewarding. You get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 per division. But hey, 10 per division, 60 total. Moments take a couple minutes a piece. It's not too bad at all. We have the Affinity 2 Conquest, which, one thing to note, I'm covering up with my beautiful face right here. But 30 points for Affinity 2 Conquest this time instead of the 15 that we had in Team Affinity Stage 1. MTO is back again. Another thing here as we go through it, before we kind of dive into what my process is, just breaking down everything. This flashback and legend collection is here. Could be easy to miss, but essentially you're collecting flashbacks and legends from each division. So AL East, we got to collect 20 AL East flashbacks and legends. If you've been playing the game even a decent amount, you should be able to easily do that. If you complete a Team Affinity 1, that gives you 12 of the 20 that you need for this collection. Plus, you get some other non-sellable cards as well. Guys from the NE program, PR program, all that. So 20 per division, and that is going to give you an extra 10 points on your progress. So definitely be sure to knock out that. And then, of course, we have exchanges. They did add a new exchange. So you can now get up to 60 points in the TA program just through your exchanges. So even more rewarding there. And of course, we have Showdown back again as well. Another thing to note here, as you can see, the Team Affinity 1 and 2 programs are separate. So you can make progress through Team Affinity 2 if you haven't finished Team Affinity 1. And the TA1 missions have been juiced up as well. They've all been doubled. So if you haven't finished Team Affinity 1 yet, every single mission in there is doubled, including vouchers for showdowns. Everything is doubled up. So you're really going to knock out Team Affinity 1 extremely quickly and also be able to make Team Affinity 2 progress at the same time. Now, before we hop into what I've been doing specifically, if you want to follow along with our action and progress through the Team Affinity program live, check us out on Twitch, link down in the description below. It's a great time. We have a lot of fun there, hanging out, talking baseball, playing MLB The Show. Let's talk about what I've been doing for showdowns for Team Affinity Stage 2 and what I think could be the quickest way to do so. So out the gate, obviously we do have showdowns. As usual, it's probably going to be the absolute quickest way if you're good and you don't lose any and you're able to pretty much skip to the boss, and you can do them every 15-20 minutes to complete a showdown, maybe 30 minutes. If you can do that, then you're going to be absolutely crushing and doing really well. But personally for me, one, every once in a while I blow a showdown. You know, every once in a while we choke, and now you've wasted 30 minutes losing a showdown. And 2, showdown does get really monotonous for me. I can't just sit there and just go through and grind showdown because it takes just enough effort where I can't mindlessly do it. And I just don't got the brain power to put that much effort towards showdown specifically. But showdown is back again. It's obviously really good. It is a little bit longer this time. Some of the missions can be lengthy. You got to steal bases in some of the showdown moments. You got to get hits and strikeouts in them. So I do think they made showdown a little bit longer if you're doing the mini missions leading up to the mini bosses, a little bit longer on the showdown there, so something to keep in mind on that front. However, out the gate, what I've been doing is conquest. You can see I finished the East conquest. I have the Central conquest that I'm working on here. Since they updated the amount of rewards you get for the conquest, you're getting 30 points for completing conquests per division. So with the Central map, when we complete it, we'll get 60 points total for our Team Affinity. That is the same thing as doing 4 total showdowns. So that's a pretty good trade-off right there. But here's where we take it to the next level. This is the current lineup I'm working with here. And as you can notice, we have Juan Pierre in center, Charlie Blackmon in right, and Edwin at first base. Those are cards you get from the Team Affinity program. I'm able to plug those into my conquest lineup. And every single card from TA2, all 60 of them have a mission tied to them that gives you additional Team Affinity progress. So for Charlie Blackmon, I need extra base hits. For Edwin Encarnacion, I need home runs. For Juan Pierre, I need base hits. That is something that is very, very doable if you're playing on Conquest on All-Star, Veteran, Rookie. You're able to load your lineup with these guys. Same with Robin Roberts. I need strikeouts with him. Gotta get strikeouts with Craig Kimbrell, Joe Nathan, Jose Leclerc. I've been able to load up my lineup with those guys, complete those moments and missions for that, and then that's just giving me extra progress. Each one of those missions is going to give you 4 TA points. That's as much as almost 1 showdown voucher. And then, right, we start extrapolating on top of that. We're also getting plate appearances as well. So we're getting those divisional plate appearances. We're knocking out those. That's going to give you 10 TA point progress. If you can knock out plate appearances missions over the course of an entire conquest, if you have your team stacked with 1 division. What I've been doing is using my God Squad, my normal team, and then filtering in a couple of these guys, because guess what? I'm also getting parallel progress as well. We got Soriano up to parallel 4 just from playing in Conquest. I'm close on Tom Glavine, getting him finally to parallel 5. So we're getting that additional parallel progress as well. So you really start banking everything on top of itself. If you're getting the plate appearances, you're getting the conquest, 60 points from that total, and you're starting in and coming in with some of these player missions, you could be looking at doing a conquest and getting over 100 Team Affinity points total through knocking out conquest in its entirety. Of course, that would be spread across multiple divisions, but that is a pretty significant reward for coming in and doing conquest. Not to mention, you're getting your free packs as well. If we come back in here and look at the map, I obviously haven't found any here on the Central, but from what I've seen so far, each map is going to give you 11 standard packs, 3 ball-in packs, and a headliner pack. It's not just the craziest amount of packs ever, but you never know what you can pull out of those. You give that out, you know, you spread that out, that's over 30 total packs, 3 headliners, and 9 ball-ins. That's decent odds to get a diamond out of one of those and help out bolster your sub count. So if you're setting up your lineup properly and going through and getting those divisional cards, and honestly a good play, I'm probably going to do another showdown or 2 so I can even get more of those cards to add to my teams. And so when I'm grinding Conquest, I'm going to have a full lineup of Team Affinity cards from those flashbacks and legend pack that I can then go through and complete those missions and gain even more progress. It starts snowballing upon itself. And 4 points per doesn't sound like a lot, but with 12 cards per division, that's an additional 48 points you can get per division just from playing the game and using those cards as you normally would. If you're already grinding out Conquest, might as well throw those players in there. Maybe you can add them into an event lineup as well, things of that nature. You can make a lot of progress there. Plus, you're getting 30 from the Conquest. All of a sudden, we've earned 78 points, not including what we're getting from the plate appearances as well. So easily getting 100 TA points close to per division if we're knocking Conquest out with the legends and flashbacks we get from those packs. Now, another thing to note, again, they did add these specific online missions as well. And because of that, I think it's going to be way more rewarding to be playing online, especially if you're grinding events. Grind the current event, get those 42 packs out of the event. That's going to be very rewarding, give you a lot of subs, and you're going to be knocking out some of these, right? So we have the plate appearances. That gives you 10 for every 100 plate appearances. That's online, that's offline, that's wherever. But online, there's an additional one for 75. So not only are you making progress on this one, you're making progress on the 75 one as well. And we have repeatable hits on line 30, repeatable extra base hits on line 10, and repeatable strikeouts on line 20. Those are a decent amount. Like, they're not quick. They're not just going to knock them out online in a heartbeat. But over the course of several event games, you know, and spread out over certain divisions, you're definitely going to be knocking out these missions relatively quickly. And that's just going to add you a ton of progress as you go, as you play naturally. I think that's one of the things about this Team Affinity that I'm noticing right out the gate. Is once I finish up Conquest, I'm just going to start playing events and ranked seasons naturally and knocking out all these missions. I'm going to be making a ton of progress through this Team Affinity path without having to sit there and play Showdown over and over and over and over and over again, which of course is going to be a great way to make progress as well. There's going to be absolutely nothing wrong with that. But personally, for me, I just don't find that the most entertaining or the most fun thing to do. If I can make progress just from playing the game through other avenues, I'm definitely going to do that, especially if I do it through Conquest and get some parallel progress for my players. I ain't got any parallel 5s yet. I feel out of the loop. I don't feel cool. I don't have any parallel 5 players yet. I got to get on that. I can make some progress on that through Conquest and as well get those free packs. That is a win-win for me all around. Now, of course, as well, if you want to kickstart, if you want to boost, if you have a lot of cards sitting around, maybe you made an investment that didn't pan out. Somebody thought was going gold to diamond and they just haven't gotten there yet. You just want to offload them. Coming in here, doing your Team Affinity exchanges is not a bad path. It's not a bad way to do that at all. They do have this other one now, so you can get another 60 points in doing your Team Affinity exchanges. Of course, that you do have to have the cards available for that. It's not easy. 150k exchange is a lot. As you can see, I mean, 75k, but that's a diamond. We're not going to give up a diamond like that. Only 12k for golds, 15k for 84 gold. So you really got to be stacked up with a lot of cards to be able to do those exchanges. But if you're just sitting on a huge volume, you don't want to go through and sell them. Exchanges are going to give you quite a bit of progress in the program if you're looking to just really knock it out as quickly as possible. So that's what I'm looking at for Team Affinity. I think I'm going to really be able to naturally and organically grind out this program while able to work on other things. There's so many things to do in this game. For me, I don't want to spend all my time just playing Showdown, this, and this, when I could be grinding events. I could be grinding ranked seasons. I could be earning free packs through Conquest. I could be getting progress in the BR program. There's so many things to do. I could be earning parallel progress otherwise. There's so many things to do that for me, this is going to be my approach. I'm going to knock out those other 2 Conquests. I'm going to have every Team Affinity at that point pretty close to 50%, 45 to 50%. And then at that point, I can go through and start really focusing on the rest of those player missions and earning those repeatable plate appearances and online missions. They're going to stack up relatively quickly over time. Maybe if I get some extra cards here and there, I may go through and do a couple exchanges. But for the most part, we're going to be focusing on doing those repeatable missions over and over again in a natural sense, right? You don't have to go through and play versus CPU on Rockies and just grind missions. I think you can really, they want you to just earn progress by playing the game and naturally going about things. And I think that's what they've nailed so far with TA2. I'll be able to bust it out really quickly, get those extra cards I need for that Mo collection through TA2. That's going to be a big help as well. I'm stoked for that. We're going to be getting Mo relatively soon. We'll have our video out on how to get Mo as well. Don't worry about that. But that does it for today. Let me know down in the comments, what are y'all thinking about Team Affinity 2 so far? Is it a dub? Is it an L? I see some people saying L, but I see a lot of dubs so far from when I've talked to people. I think it's a massive win. 60 new cards in the game. Lots of fun ones to use. And of course, our 30 bosses from the TA path. Almost all of those have justification for making your lineup in some form or fashion. As always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, definitely be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Until next time, though, I'll catch y'all around.